In Beyblade Metal Fury, Ryuga was kind of in a weird spot. I mean, you had the good guys like Gingka and Kyoya assembling to stop the God of Destruction, and then you also had the bad guys who were trying to revive the God of Destruction. Every single legendary blader picked a side except for Ryuga. He was in sort of a weird middle ground, not helping either side. Now, he was asked to join Gingka and the others, but he simply laughed them off. He thought that with his newfound strength, he could take down Nemesis alone, so he rejected Gingka's offer. But what if he didn't? What if Ryuga somehow realized how dire the situation really was and that he couldn't take on the God of Destruction alone? What if he agreed to join Gingka's side? Well, today we're going to see how this what if question affects the original story of the show, but there's something we need to establish first. Right before Gingka and the others asked Ryuga to help them out, multiple battles took place. Ryuga took down Kyoya, Gingka, and Yuki all consecutively, and none of the battles were even close. He literally soloed Gingka's group easily, and then they just turned around and asked him to join their cause of stopping Nemesis. Honestly, I don't blame Ryuga at all for laughing them off here and rejecting the offer, because he literally just soloed all of them. So even though this what if scenario is all about Ryuga helping the good guys, I still don't think he joins them here. I want to keep this as realistic as possible, and there's just no way Ryuga joins Gingka after soloing the entire group. So right now, in this what if storyline, everything stays the same. Ryuga rejects the offer and he goes solo, while Gingka and the others continue searching for legendary bladers. This also means that Kenta's still gonna go on his mission of following Ryuga and trying to convince him to join Gingka's side. And yeah, pretty much everything plays out the exact same as it did in the original timeline until we get to the very end of the show. Things only start to change once Nemesis becomes active. All the legendary bladers notice their Beyblades began glowing, and we quickly find out that it's due to the revival of Nemesis. Its location was revealed to be in southeastern Mexico, where we see Rago claim Nemesis for the first time. Upon finding this out, Gingka and his group immediately arrive on the scene, where Aguma, Chris, Rago, and the rest of the bad guys already are. Elsewhere, El Drago is also glowing, and Ryuga quickly figures out what's going on. He tells Kenta that Nemesis was calling out to him and that he's gonna go there. And Kenta knows that Ryuga still intends to defeat Nemesis all on his own, despite how dangerous it'll be. So Kenta tries everything to convince Ryuga to join Gingka's group so they can take Nemesis down together, but Ryuga just cannot be persuaded. Kenta even goes as far as to challenge him to a battle, and Ryuga accepts. He accepts the challenge because of a promise he made to Kenta earlier on in the season. Basically, if Kenta could get Ryuga to take him seriously in a battle, Ryuga would join Gingka's team. So anyways, the two have a battle, and we're able to see just how much Kenta has improved since traveling with Ryuga. Kenta actually made Ryuga use his ultimate move, and not only that, Kenta also cracked El Drago's facebolt with his special move. Now, Kenta still ends up losing, but these are still considerable feats. I mean, not many people can make Ryuga use his ultimate move, let alone crack his Beyblade. But let's back up a little bit. In the original timeline, this is the moment where Kenta finally got Ryuga to take him seriously, and it's why Ryuga ended up giving Kenta all of his strength in the end. Ryuga finally acknowledged Kenta, but it was too late. He had to sacrifice himself. In our hypothetical scenario, however, we're gonna have Ryuga acknowledge Kenta right here after this battle and make good to their promise, because after all, Ryuga took him seriously by using his ultimate move. So now the story is definitely beginning to change. Ryuga is on his way to Nemesis just like the other legendary bladers, except this time he's gonna help Gingka's side from the start, before it's too late like it was originally. Anyways, all of the legendary bladers will eventually end up where the God of Destruction is, including Ryuga. And this is where he's gonna announce that he's on Gingka's side thanks to Kenta. Everyone would be shocked that Kenta actually managed to persuade Ryuga, because we all remember how much he wanted to take Nemesis on by himself. But after the initial shock, Dynamis would tell the legendary bladers of the Four Seasons to launch their Beyblades and form Zeus's barrier. And because Ryuga has sided with the good guys now, he's actually going to keep his part of the barrier up instead of breaking it to attack Nemesis on his own, meaning that Zeus's barrier is a success. Nemesis gets sealed away before it's even fully revived. Our heroes have successfully dealt with the God of Destruction before any real destruction occurred. Now, it may not seem like it, but taking down Nemesis this early as opposed to later actually makes some pretty big changes to the original story. For starters, Ryuga doesn't have to give away his power and disappear, meaning that he's perfectly fine now. Another change has to do with Kenta's Beyblade. If Ryuga never gives Kenta his power, the Flash Sagittario upgrade never happens, which means Kenta keeps Flame Sagittario. Now, those are some pretty big changes, but the biggest changes to the timeline would come after Metal Fury. If we look back at Shogun Steel, we remember that Tsubasa took over the WBBA and made it his mission to popularize Beyblade again. I guess after Nemesis nearly destroyed the entire world, people weren't so eager to have Beyblade battles again. A ton of people gave up on Beyblade altogether, and the Shogun Steel series was basically the WBBA trying to bring it back. They were hosting a lot of tournaments, basically just trying to get the next generation to enjoy Beyblade again. And keep in mind, Shogun Steel took place 7 years after the events of Metal Fury, so for about 7 years, Beyblade as a worldwide hobby was almost non-existent compared to what it used to be. And this is all because Nemesis, a Beyblade, was one battle away from destroying the entire planet. But if we go back to our hypothetical scenario where Ryuga helped Gingka from the start, Nemesis got sealed by Zeus's barrier before it could cause any damage at all. So there wouldn't be a reason for the general population to fear Beyblades. Beyblade would still be just as popular as it was pre-Nemesis. This would change the entire future of the Beyblade Metal series. People would just continue battling like normal and everything would be okay. Who knows, maybe the WBBA would hold another Beyblade World Championships or something like that. It would definitely be interesting to see how the teams would change with the new Metal Fury characters. But yeah, that concludes this what if question. And as we found out, a whole lot changed. Ryuga didn't disappear, Kenta didn't get his upgrade, and Beyblade would still be a thriving hobby worldwide. But anyways, let me know what you think about this hypothetical scenario. Also, comment what you want to see next, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.